An Omaha golf course was destroyed in a crash. The City Council has signed off on funds to repair the building. Last April, the driver of the pickup went right through the wall at Warren Swigart Golf Course. No injuries, and the damage is costly. As part of the consent agenda today, the City Council approved just over $168,000 to fix the property. And that crash happened just 2 months after the building was remodeled. The cost of that remodel was $200,000. The driver in the crash pleaded no contest to reckless driving last year.